This video will share highlights of our honeymoon trip to Zion National Park. Some of our friends and family have been asking what we did for our honeymoon this past October.
So we put together a summary of where we stayed, what we ate, and what we did.
We decided to kick off our honeymoon by checking out this outdoor exhibit called 7 Magic Mountains, just outside of Las Vegas. It's a popular destination for Instagrammers, so make sure you go early.
And not too far from here was where we spent our first night, Sandy Valley Ranch. They had a few different options where to stay, but I decided on this tiny home called the Peacock. Ooh. Mainly picked it because it had a rooftop seating area, perfect to go stargazing.
If you're looking for the quintessential ranch experience, look no further. You'll see chickens, some ponies. I think there was a goat. Yeah, this guy right here. You better be ready for that. The best part really was these dogs. This guy's name was Oso. I think he was about 2 years old. Super cute, stole our hearts. We're suckers for cute dogs, so come prepared.
I like to make sure to book some kind of activity when we travel, or else we would just eat the whole time. One of the activities they offer here is a private horseback trail ride. This is my horse Chex, and Michael's was named Luna. But the best part of the whole experience was the dogs. They joined us the whole ride. We were definitely sore after the 2 hours of riding. Fun fact, Michael went to horse camp when he was in middle school, so he's basically a pro. We felt like cowboys at the end of the ride when we got to herd the cattle into their pen. Yeehaw! As an add-on, you can place a reservation for a ranch-style breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We enjoyed the potatoes. Yay carbs. I always try to leave a note in the Airbnb guest book if they have one. It's fun reading how other people experience their stay. Can't wait to come back.
We were so excited about camping in Zion that I forgot to pack the tent. Luckily, there's an REI just outside of Las Vegas in Henderson where we rented some essentials before our next stop in Page, Arizona. Casey booked us a casita on Airbnb within walking distance to the Rim View Trail. It's a 9.8-mile loop around the city and was a great opportunity to break in that new pair of boots I picked up from REI. After a quick nap to recharge, we set out to watch the sunset at Horseshoe Bend. Pretty. If you're hungry, make sure to check out Stromboli's Pizza. Yum.
On our way out of Page, we stopped by Toadstool Hootoo's, which felt like a set from Star Wars. It was a short out and back trail, but it was empty, making it a nice place to take your time and enjoy some cool rock formations. Next stop was in Orderville, Utah. We spent a couple nights here since it was a good central hub to a few other sites on our list. Our treehouse Airbnb was actually part of East Zion Resorts, where they also had other glamping options. The loft skylight and private guest campfire were highlights to our stay.
Casey also booked us a local adventure in Orderville with business called East Zion Experiences. The guided tour starts off with a ride in their urban terrain vehicle to Coal Hollow Canyon. Meow. Thankfully, we didn't see any mountain lions on our short hike up the hill. This was our first time rappelling and is definitely a sweet way to experience the canyon. Man, nature is beautiful. Let's all just take a moment here to admire how pretty this place is. The last slot was around 80 feet high, so if you are afraid of heights, make sure you do this. You will conquer that fear in no time. Highly recommend.
Not too far from us was the Coral Pink Sand Dunes State Park. It got us the annual National Park Pass, America the Beautiful, but there was still a park fee of $10 a vehicle. Just something to keep in mind that there can be separate fees for state parks. You can also rent a sled or sandboard for $25. No matter what though, sand will get everywhere.
Bryce Canyon National Park. This was our first time, so we went straight to the visitor center. They recommended first-timers check out Sunset Point and hike one of the loops, so we did just that. After parking, we took a right instead of a left on the rim trail and ended up at Inspiration Point. It was a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say, since the view was pretty nice. It was windy, the sun was shining, and the cumulus clouds were puffy. Anyway, we flipped around and did the loop that consisted of Queen's Garden, Navajo Loop, and Wall Street Trail. Watch out for those chipmunks though. They're bold and they get feisty when they hear the sound of snack wrappers.
While in Orderville, there were not too many food options, but we found some tasty restaurants about 15 minutes away in the town of Kanab. We looked for places that offered outdoor dining and were taking appropriate safety precautions. We highly recommend the Tropical Piggy Bowl and ribs at Wild Time Cafe, and Rocking V was actually so good we went twice.
Finally, on our way to Zion, we stopped by Canyon Overlook Trail. If you're lucky, you'll see desert bighorn sheep, so keep a sharp eye. The hike's short and the view is remarkable.
Our last Airbnb was one night in Springdale, just outside of Zion Park. It was within walking distance to several shops. One in particular was this place called Bumbleberry Gift Shop and Bakery, where we got a slice of pie and ice cream. Yum. Fun fact, apparently locals pronounce what looks like Zion as Zion, like lion. We visited the local shopping center near the entrance to the park. We had an early dinner with a view and walked over to Zion Outfitters to rent our gear for the Narrows. If you rent after 3 p.m., you can use it for the following day.
Casey booked a reservation at Watchman Campground several weeks in advance. We were super excited to use some of the wedding gifts during our trip. The National Park annual pass Casey bought in advance sure came in handy. I felt like a VIP or the Secret Service every time we flashed that pass when walking into the park. Also, we firmly believe that everything tastes better when camping, so make sure to treat yourself to some hearty canned goods.
Some of the trails were closed due to maintenance, but fortunately for us, the Narrows was open. We used the rental equipment from the day before, so no rush in the morning. After exiting the shuttle, you start on a paved trail called Riverside Walk that leads to the water. Go about a mile or so and you pretty much get the whole canyon to yourself. We went as far as Floating Rock, almost towards the end, but when we saw the water getting to chest level, we just turned around. And if you're debating about getting the rentals, I would just do it because that stick came in handy several times.
At last, Angel's Landing. We took one of the earliest available slots, so if you find yourself wondering where the trail begins when exiting the shuttle, make sure to cross the street. You might not see any guides telling you which way to go that early, so learn from our mistake and save yourself 5 minutes of wandering around. The hike is short and we booked it to the summit in order to avoid any crowds. Apparently the elevation at Angel's Landing is 5,790 feet, and I gotta say the view is divine. If you're uncomfortable with the steep cliffs, play it safe and hang out at Scout Lookout. Casey really enjoyed talking with friendly strangers. I made sure to take some videos and pictures during the final stretch. For some reason, my watch didn't think this portion of the hike was strenuous enough. How insulting. Either way, it's worth repeating that nature is simply beautiful.
What better way to ease back into society than going to Vegas? After returning our gear at REI, we grabbed dinner with our friend Jeff at this all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue place. It was the best. We planned to leave right after, but Jeff surprised us by booking us a night stay at Park MGM.
I gotta say, we were impressed with some of the precautions several businesses were taking, like automated temperature checks, hand sanitizer, acrylic barriers. There was even a hand washing station on the casino floor. Apparently, Park MGM is the first smoke-free hotel on the Vegas Strip. Pretty cool. Make sure to check out the Italian market they have in-house called Eataly. A lot of the shops were temporarily closed, so we'll be sure to check that out some other time. For breakfast, we recommend trying out the restaurant called Primrose. And if you're liking the way that margarita pizza looks, make sure to stop by La Pizza y la Pasta. Closing remarks. We are extremely grateful for the kind words, cards, and gifts, but most of all your time. 2020 may not have started out like we thought it would, but I think we made the best of it.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you. Our wedding photographer recently sent us our photos, so if you want to see those, let us know.
We miss you guys and look forward to the next time that we are all together.
We'll see you later.